My name is Lisa, and this is The Search. If this is your first time here, welcome, where we talk about true crime and other things that are going on in the crime community, whether it is trial, unsolved, missing, etc. I today will be bringing some updates and some awareness to a case that actually happened in 2022 to Athena Strand. You probably might be familiar with it, but if you're not, I am going to go over some major things, but there are some updates that I haven't seen being discussed. And I also, this being a 2-year anniversary coming up, I want to acknowledge that. I also want to bring some awareness. That is some other things that I do. So we're going to get into it. If it's something that you're interested in, please stay tuned and listen. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Guys, we are so close to the 1,000 subscribers. And I just want to thank you all for your support. Thank you. So anyway, let's get into this, guys. This one's a little tough, little trigger warning. I want to just start off by talking about Athena. Let's talk about who she is, because that is what it's so important, okay? Athena Presley Monroe Strand. And her family said when you would ask her name, she would come out with it, okay? Just like that. She was born May 23rd in 2015 in Duncan, Oklahoma, to her parents Jacob Strand and Maitlyn Gandy. Athena was a first grader at Paradise Elementary School. Athena had an ever-present smile which brought joy and happiness to everyone that she encountered. She made friends as easily as a butterfly can flap its wings and would light up a room that she walked into. Athena had many hobbies and interests. She enjoyed horseback riding, doing makeup. Already 7 years old, I love it. I'm sure just having fun with it, of course. She also loved being a princess, loved Disney, and just loved life. They said that her favorite color was pink, and that just showed like her personality. You would think pink, right? And I want you to know that this was wrote, from the family, who I feel best can describe her, also from friends and family. She enjoyed spending time with her family and playing with her sisters as often as possible. She, at the time of her death, of course, was survived by her mother, Maitlyn Gandy, and Jacob Strand. I will tell you that the parents were divorced, but they did co-parent. They managed to work things out and seemed like things were doing pretty good. Jacob had a wife, Ashley. She had a sister, Riley Dawn Gandy. And then there was Yursa Liv Strand. So on both sides, she had half-sisters, stepsisters, but to her, they were sisters. And then she had lots of cousins and family and friends and grandmas and just a lot of love around her. That kind of just describes what type of little girl she was. Teachers at school talked really good about her. Said she was really smart. You really can see the intelligence come through sometimes in their personalities. Definitely a gem. Definitely a gem. I'm going to kind of go through what happened, and then I'm going to talk about some things. I'm going to bring some awareness, some signs, and I hope that you stay through the end. I always do something special at the end of every broadcast I've ever done when it comes to doing the search. Please, I hope, stay to the end. At the time we are talking about when the incident happened was in the end of November of 2022. At that time, she was actually staying at her father's house. Christmas is coming up. We're right in the midst of holidays. And so as you know, we're getting close to November 30th. So this would be the 2-year anniversary of the incident and the horror nightmare that began. On November 30th, it was another day. She would be outside, just being 7, playing outside with her toys. The stepmother at the time thought that she actually was in the house. So she had taken upon herself to go outside. She's really supposed to say, hey, I'm going outside, but didn't, okay? She didn't say that, unfortunately. Her stepmother went to go and call for her. She was not there, which there were times in the past where she had said Athena had played games, ran off one time. It was, kind of weird, but she felt like something wasn't quite right. She had called for her, looked for her, and there was no Athena. Right away, she calls 911. So I'm just gonna kind of do the short version of it and get right to of what's going on. So basically, she could not find her. At this time, they call 911. Detectives come out there, and this is in Wise County. When they get out there, they don't right away do a Amber Alert because they had said that she had like kind of done this before where she's kind of ran off and hid. It just didn't quite sound right nor sit right with the community either. But from what I understand, they waited until the next day to send off the Amber Alert. But in the meantime, people in the community came together and they started looking already. Like, it wasn't like everybody just stood around and waited. It was just the official Amber Alert that didn't go off, but they were already out searching, looking. Now, I want to tell you, the mother, of course, was notified and, of course, had to get to him. And I can't even imagine her getting that call and not knowing, okay? Because remember, she's with the dad, so she's not at the mom's. They are searching, looking all over the place, trying to find her, call her, you know, everywhere. And of course, they're not seeing anything. This is just a horrible situation. And by the way, guys, it's getting cold, okay? Because like this happened November 30th, so now we're into December 1st. Sheriff Lane Aiken, when he first learned about the missing child on November 30th, by text, he said, I just had a feeling that this is not right. Why didn't you issue the alert then? Okay, now that's here nor there now, but I'm still, and that's what we're going to talk about also. But he said he just didn't have a good feeling. Athena had disappeared from outside father's home. An Amber Alert was issued the next day because it didn't initially meet the criteria. Hundreds searched for 7-year-old who loved the fashion and color of pink. It really hurt the community, he said, but I think it brought the community closer. Like I said, because they all piled up and were like, we're going to find her. We are going to find where she is at. It made no sense of how she just got gone. Others were out playing in their yards. Like, it just didn't make sense. Now we are moving on to December 2nd. I want you to know that there was a lot of talk in the community and on Facebook. While this is going on, there is a lot of suspicion of the stepmom, okay? Because nothing makes sense. Also, like, they had this old, like, dilapidated barn in the back. It just wasn't a good look. When they looked in the back, it had, like, some toys back there, a little like makeshift bed. So I want you to know during this period of her missing, the rumors were flying. They were flying. People were on the internet talking about the story. It just was not looking good. And a lot of people were suspecting the stepmother or that she knew something of it. The mom, of course, was not going to be with her around the holidays. So she loved Barbies. She loved pink things. She loved Barbies. So her mom had actually mailed her an early gift that had come on the day of November 30th. There was a tip that came in, and they did not say anything right away. The officers did not. The sheriff did not. They went out, they checked into the tip, and fortunately they were able to find her, but unfortunately it was not the news that the sheriff was looking for, or anybody else, of course. If I was telling this story in 2022, I would be breaking down exactly like everything, the look around, the rumors, but I'm going to tell you all those are put to rest. The tip comes in, and somebody said that they had actually seen a FedEx driver in that area right there from where she went missing. And it looked like that there was someone in the vehicle with the FedEx driver, a child. So they went to work really quick, finding out with the GPSs which FedExes were around. Sure enough, they were able to link it back, find out exactly who was in there. Like I said, this is just 2 years ago. So they had all the technology. They were like, okay, let's get on these FedExes. Let's see where they were. What time were they around? Sure enough, there was a FedEx truck that was in the area around the time that she went missing. So right away, they contact the driver of it, who is Tanner Horner. When they contacted Tanner, he confessed. He did not deny anything. Horn confessed to snatching Athena from her driveway before killing her within the hour of her abduction on November 30th.
Search for a missing 7-year-old girl in Wise County. The Wise County Sheriff says she was found dead. The sheriff says a delivery driver abducted her, murdered her, and has now confessed.
Continued good work by this investigative team. They were able to determine that the driver abducted Athena. And from the investigative standpoint, digitally as well as good old interviews, we think Athena died within just a very hour or so after her departure from her home. One of the toughest investigations that I've been involved in, because it's a child. And anytime there's a child that dies, it just hits you in your heart.
Suspect name is Tanner Lynn Horner. He's a 31-year-old from Lake Worth, a FedEx driver. He is charged with capital murder and aggravated kidnapping. He is now behind bars in the Wise County Jail, and his bond has been set at $1.5 million.
Horner had dropped off a package at their home. The package contained Christmas gift of Barbies from Strand's mother. Strand's body was found about 9 miles away from her home, southeast of Boyd. Horner initially gave detectives 2 false locations of her body. Horner did not know Athena or her family. I want to tell you what he said happened. Basically, he went to go and drop off the gift. He allegedly says that when he went to back up, that he accidentally hit her. He said that he got scared. He said it wasn't enough to kill her or anything like that. He said at that time he got her and put her in the truck. Said that she was talking to him. She might have been a little like banged up, or remember at the beginning I said she was a talker. So at that time, he took it as an opportunity, like that quick, because you don't tell me that you accidentally hit a child who obviously is okay, because I'm getting ready to tell you why. He said that he was scared that she was going to go and tell her parents that he hit her, in the FedEx truck, which tells me that she is fine. Like, she might be a little like scared or banged up. He claims then that, and trigger warning, that he did try to break her neck. Okay, that did not work. He could not do that. So after that, he strangled her and then went and put her body along the side of water edge of Trinity River. You mean to tell me that you were just scared that possibly you might lose your job because this was kind of dangerous of what happened. First of all, the parents would have been 1000% more happy that you came to them, but maybe the parents would not have done anything because they would have been so thankful that their child was okay. I call bullshit. Okay, I call bullshit. I feel allegedly that he went and dropped that gift off and he's seen her and he got her and put her in there. I don't believe myself personally. Now, I am not in the jury. I am speaking allegedly on my opinion. I don't feel that he backed up and hit her. Okay, there are things that have been said also through the mom, like through the autopsy, that doesn't look like she was backed up by a FedEx, okay? But my point is, I believe it was an opportunity, okay? And that when he seen it, he took it, all right? And what I want to also bring up is this young lady, and I really don't want to go too much into it because I don't want to bring her any more like reopening up her wounds, because she did discuss this when the case was really popular in 2022. There was a young lady by the name of Shay, and when she was 16 years old, and Tanner at the time would have been 23, okay, 2019, I believe, SA'd her, okay. She spoke out about this and just couldn't get the help, couldn't get people to really listen. She was demeaned. She was degraded. She had some people that listened, but mostly like didn't believe her. She tried to get it out. And if somebody would have listened, if somebody would have taken her side. Like I said, I don't want to go into a lot of details with her and bring up all these wounds, but I just want you to know that this man has already been a monster. And because we did not defend our victim that was crying out for help, we now have lost another child. I have to say that this is alleged. Do your research and listen, you'll find very easy. Like I said, I'm kind of just giving a background for this to get you to where we are now. So at this time, he is then locked up. Now, I want to go back a little bit. I want you to talk about the mom's feelings when she had to hear this, because that is very important.
This is the package, and it's the first time I'm seeing it. A package of what was supposed to be a Christmas present for our daughter. And this present, ordered out of innocence and love, is one she will never receive. I was robbed of watching her grow up by a man that everyone was supposed to be able to trust, to do just one simple task: deliver a Christmas present and leave. And she will come home in an urn, because I'm not anywhere close to being ready to let my baby go.
I had never seen her not smiling. She was always very happy, said Phil Erickson, the associate pastor of First Baptist Church in Cottondale. Horner is facing charges of capital murder and aggravating kidnapping. His bond was set at $1.5 million. The estimated timeline when they said this was for capital murder case to see trial is 18 months to 2 years. No court dates have been scheduled involving his charges involving Strand, according to the mother. Now, I want you to know when she said this, that this was right around the time that it happened. So, now I'm going to bring you up to date. On November 8th of 2024, they are going to do a hearing, the first hearing or the first court date. And what they have done is they have moved his out of Wise County. He is going to Tarrant County. So his first now going to court will be November 18th. All right. So it's coming up soon. We're talking just a few days away. The trial is now scheduled for March in 2025. So this happened at the end, like we're on the 2 year. So they said it takes about 2 years, and I mean almost to the date. It's 2 years that they're getting started. Don't mess with Texas, okay? Because they are going for capital murder and the death penalty. They are. That is what they are going for. The jailer will move him to Fort Worth before the first court date. So that's where he will be at. Now, what I want to tell you is what the mother did for her funeral, for the family, I should say, because she loved pink. The mom, she colored her hair as pink could get. Also, she had a beautiful, I believe they called it like her resting bed. Don't quote me on that, but they did not use the word casket. It was a beautiful pink casket with very soft, fluffy stuff so that she was very comfortable in there. It was something no mother, no father, nobody should have to see. The fact that this guy is a repeat offender, it should not be happening. So, one thing that has changed, I want to bring you up to date on. Not only that we finally are going to trial, we are going for the death penalty, capital, and I am here for it. But also, because there was a lot of chatter about the Amber Alert and not putting that out right away, and because there are certain criteria before that goes out, there is now an Athena Alert.
Closing the gap between when a child goes missing, but also when that abduction alert is issued. Today, Governor Abbott signed into law House Bill 3556, or Athena's Law, which allows law enforcement to issue a regional alert for missing kids even before they can confirm an abduction took place.
I'm asking you guys to support this bill. Not for Athena, because we can no longer help her, but I'm asking you to support this bill for your own children, for your own grandchildren, and your nieces and nephews, and all of the children that you don't even know.
Helping to keep her young daughter's memory alive, the Athena Alert is like an Amber Alert, but instead allows quicker action.
So when anything goes on, right away, it goes out. And that is the Athena Alert. So I am so glad that she is leaving not only all her memories and love on here, but she is making a difference to save others from hopefully being found and not gone too soon, that they can't be found. So I'm so glad that that was passed. I also want to just bring some awareness when I pick a case. I knew this case had been done. That is why it was kind of hard for me to kind of get to what I wanted to talk about without doing a long, deep dive in the case again. But I also want people that aren't so familiar to know what happened. They found him pretty quick. And so these are the things that have happened since then. And like I said, there was a lot of chatter of things going on in between. The family caught a lot of stuff because people were believing that the stepmom, like, it was just too impossible, also because of the barn in the back and things didn't look right. So, you know, we always have to just always look at things in many ways, right? All right, so now also they weren't sure of when they were going to have a court date. They didn't know when they were going to trial. We now know that they are going to trial in March, and it will be in a different county. And also he does his first hearing on November 18th. So all that has been established, okay, since any of the last updates, because that has just come out. But what I want to do before ending this, because there's two things I want to do. I want to reiterate this story. FedEx has done everything they can to make sure that their people are in uniforms. They, of course, continue to drop off boxes. The holidays are here, people. They are here. things are different right now in this world, and things like this have always gone on. We didn't have social media to hear about it. We didn't have as much outlets. But I will tell you, please, I want to bring awareness, which was why I did this too. It is the holidays. Pay attention if the kids are out, because look, there's going to be so much extra contractors working because of all the packages coming, people shopping online. Listen, make sure that your children are aware that those are strangers. Just because they are in a familiar truck, that does not mean safety. You don't have to teach them that they're bad guys, but to remember, for stranger danger, you want to keep your distance. You want to always keep your eye out. There is so many different ways to do that now. We have so much technology, but I'm telling you, please, please be careful and remember what is going on through the holidays. The most crimes happen a lot during the holidays. So by telling this story and bringing up this again and letting you know the update, it is also letting you know that maybe you didn't think of something like that, and that's okay, because our male people are supposed to be our people, our friends, our community. But there's some that slip in there. Like I said, they contract out because there's so many. So I ask you to please, guys, this holiday and any other holiday seasons, every day we do a lot of shopping online now. So please just remember that. Give a little warning to your kids. Let your kids know, especially if they're younger, to remember. Listen, let them, if they ring that doorbell, let them leave it there. Do not answer. I know most parents do this, but you might not have thought about the FedEx, the Amazon, the UPS. And I'm just saying, the mail people, this is not anything against these companies or anything like that. I just want to say that. And at the end, I always say that I love to do a prayers for justice. And how I do that is I make ribbons and I put their name on it. And what that equals is a prayer for justice. So today, I leave this episode with a ribbon. Athena, 7 years old. She was found on December 2nd. And I want to leave this with a prayer for justice. I want to say, if there's any information that you need, for any tips or anything, I can leave down in the comments. If you have any questions about this case, if you want to know more, if you want me to do the full story on it. But I kind of just wanted to get to the point and update you on it and let you know. And I was more wanting to bring awareness on this. I do all different types of cases, guys. I also love bringing awareness. A lot of times I find cases like that I can find something in it to make you more aware on certain subjects. So I hope that you appreciated this case. If you did, please make sure to hit the subscribe. Also, my memberships are available. I have 2 tiers, so you can be a search warrior or a lead detective. The holidays are coming up. Giveaways will be going out. I love to do little fun giveaways, and it is very easy to do things when you have memberships and you are able to pick from the memberships. But we will get into that later on. So anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all. Thank you all. We're almost to 1,000. I hope by the next episode we have our 1,000 subscribers. So to everybody, good night. See you on the next search.